May peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you, O Allah's chosen one. If you are watching this video today, it is not just by chance. This message is for you, especially for you, because Allah has guided you here to remind you of a deep and powerful truth. You are in the midst of a spiritual war that is beyond anything you can imagine. In this world, many only see what is visible, what is tangible. But you, chosen one, are aware that behind every difficulty, every trial, every moment of darkness, a far greater battle is being played out. A war in the spirit realm, between heaven and hell, between the forces of light and those of darkness. Perhaps you have felt those invisible struggles, those pressures that cannot be explained, those moments when everything seems to collapse for no apparent reason. It's because you are an elected official. Your faith, your patience, your constancy have unleashed a mighty struggle in the unseen worlds. This fight is not against flesh and blood, but against the spiritual forces that seek to distance you from your divine mission. But good news, the sky has also risen for you. The angels do not leave you alone against the enemy. In this video, I will reveal to you what you need to know about this spiritual warfare. I will explain to you why Allah chose you, how heaven supports you, and how you can stand firm against the attacks of hell. Stay with me, open your heart, because this message is a light for your path. Do not look away, for the truth you are about to hear is a call to strength and victory. As Allah's chosen ones, it is time to open your eyes to a reality few understand. The war taking place in the spirit realm, an invisible battlefield between heaven and hell. In the Qur'an and Sunnah, Allah reveals to us that there is a world beyond what our senses perceive. A world where angels, creatures of light, act according to divine order to protect, guide, and support believers. Facing them, the jinn and the shayateen work to sow confusion, doubt, and temptation in order to divert the chosen ones from their path. Every time you are faced with a difficult trial, every time you feel a weight that seems to come from nowhere, it is this spiritual battle that rages around you. Your heart is a coveted terrain, a strategic place where light and darkness collide. Spiritual warfare is not an image. It is a palpable truth. The shayateen seek to destroy you by attacking your faith, your patience, your will. But the angels watch over you, sending invisible forces to protect you, encourage you, and open doors closed to the eyes of the world. What you are going through is not just a test, it is a cosmic struggle. Allah chooses the strongest, those whose hearts are pure, to be the main actors in this battle. You are not a mere spectator. You are a fighter in this sacred war. Every prayer you recite, every verse you meditate on, every good deed you do, is a powerful weapon against the enemy. Faith is your shield, patience your sword, and reliance on Allah your strategic command. Also know that this war is not eternal. It is a passage, a moment of purification to raise you to a higher station. And the more intense the battle, the greater the promised victory. Now that you understand the magnitude of this fight, it is time to discover why Allah chose you for this essential role in His creation. Chosen of Allah, it is crucial that you understand the divine wisdom behind the trial you are going through. You were not randomly placed in this intense spiritual battle. Allah chose you, specifically you, for this mission, for this test, because He sees in you a strength and a light that few possess. In the Qur'an, Allah says, "We do not burden any soul beyond its capacity." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:286. This means that, despite the harshness of the trials, you are perfectly capable of overcoming them, because Allah never places a burden that exceeds your strength. But why you? Why this elected official? Because you are meant to grow, to evolve, to purify your heart and soul. Your trial is a form of honor, a divine test that builds your patience, your faith, and your attachment to Allah. Life is a battlefield where good and evil constantly clash. Allah chooses His chosen ones, not for their ease, but for their endurance and sincerity. You are selected to be a light in the darkness, an example of constancy despite difficulties. Remember the story of the Prophet Muhammad, who was also confronted with extreme trials, persecutions, and misunderstandings. But his patience and faith transformed these difficulties into spiritual victories, into light for millions of believers throughout the centuries. Your mission is to remain firm, not to give in to anger, despair, or discouragement. Every tear, every effort, every sacrifice you make is seen by Allah, and nothing is ever wasted. Allah purifies the elect through these trials to prepare them for a greater destiny. It is a way for Him to bring you closer to Him, to elevate you to the rank of the closest servants. Sometimes you may feel lonely, abandoned, as if no one understands your struggle. But know that this solitude is also a step, a test within the test, to strengthen your exclusive reliance on Allah. In this solitude, in this trial, you are forging an intimate relationship with your Lord, stronger than any other bond. Your faith is being tested to be refined, purified like gold in the fire. This purification will open the doors to success in this world and the hereafter. Never doubt your worth in the eyes of Allah. You are a chosen one, a chosen servant who carries a sacred burden. Your fight is a living testimony of your devotion and your inner strength. Through this spiritual battle, Allah wants to make you a beacon, a model, a source of inspiration for those who follow you and those who will come after you. Now that you know why you have been chosen, it is time to discover how the angels and heaven itself are mobilized to support you in this war. Chosen by Allah in this battle that rages around you, know that you are never alone. The whole of heaven is mobilized to support you, and the angels, these faithful servants of Allah, are sent to watch over you. The Qur'an teaches us that angels are beings created from light, obedient to Allah without free will, who carry out His commands with exactitude and devotion. They protect believers, provide guidance, and intervene in the invisible world to strengthen your faith and resilience. Sometimes you can feel a sudden peace amidst the chaos, an unexpected inner strength. It is the presence of angels that accompanies you, surrounds you, and fights alongside you. In moments when you think you are weakening, they strengthen your patience and your determination. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The angels surround him who leaves his home to perform a good deed." This means that as soon as you take a step towards Allah, whether through prayer, reading the Qur'an, or a good deed, the angels mobilize to protect you. These heavenly forces actively combat the attacks of hell, repelling the shaitan's attempts to bring you down. They ensure that temptations never exceed what you can bear, because Allah protects His chosen ones. In the Qur'an, Allah also speaks of divine protection, those who believe and whose hearts find peace in the remembrance of Allah. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:28. This inner peace is often a sign that angels surround you. But how can you, as the chosen one, strengthen this heavenly help? Through regular prayer, dhikr, remembrance of Allah, and total trust in His wisdom. By holding on to the word of Allah, you call upon the angels to assist you more. Every sincere supplication is a direct appeal for heavenly support. Furthermore, your patience in the face of trials is an invitation to Allah for His angels to intervene on your behalf. The more you persevere with faith, the more powerful the angelic force around you becomes. The angels also act by sending signs, inspirations that guide you in your choices. They work to open doors you couldn't imagine,
to create opportunities even when everything seems blocked. This alliance with heaven is your greatest weapon. It reminds you that even in the darkest night, divine light is near, ready to illuminate your path. Keep this precious truth in your heart. You are supported by an invisible and unshakable force. This should give you renewed courage to continue moving forward, despite the difficulties. In the next part, we will explore the maneuvers of hell, how the shaitan and his allies seek to stop you, and how to recognize their attacks. Chosen by Allah, while heaven deploys its forces to protect you, know that hell does not remain inactive. The shaitan, his jinn, and his allies work tirelessly to bring you down, to keep you away from your divine mission. They know your value. They know you are a danger to their plans. This is why they intensify their attacks, multiplying temptations, doubts, fears, and invisible suffering. Their weapons are subtle and devious. They don't always attack directly, but rather by sowing confusion in your mind. The temptation to give up when fatigue and discouragement overcome you. Doubt about your faith, making you question the love and justice of Allah. Jealousy or envy that may arise in your heart, dividing you from other believers. Isolation, which makes you feel alone, misunderstood, and far from the community. The Qur'an warns us against these stratagems. The devil makes you fear his followers, so do not fear them, but fear me if you are believers. Surah Al-Imran 3:175.
The shaitan also uses negative emotions to distort your perception. When you feel overwhelmed, it amplifies that feeling, making you believe that your situation is hopeless. When you take a step towards good, he tries to make you doubt your sincerity or pushes you to procrastinate. You may feel this inner war as an exhausting fight. But remember, every moment you resist is a victory. Every time you choose patience, that you get up after a fall, you push back the enemy. To defend yourself, it is essential to recognize these maneuvers, to know when the shaitan is trying to interfere in your thoughts and in your heart. Being aware of your tactics is your first line of defense. Strengthen yourself with the word of Allah, for it is like a fortress. Those who believe and whose hearts find peace in the remembrance of Allah. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:28. Regular prayer, dhikr, reading the Qur'an, and seeking the company of the pious are shields against these attacks. Also know that these trials have a purpose, to purify your faith, strengthen your sincerity, and elevate you to higher ranks with Allah. Don't let shaitan make you forget Allah's promise. Verily, with difficulty comes ease. Surah Ash-Shah 94:6. Instead, use these difficulties to grow spiritually, to draw closer to Allah with even more determination. In the next part, I will show you how to transform this invisible war into a resounding victory, into a living testimony of your unwavering faith. Chosen of Allah, now that you understand the intensity of the spiritual warfare surrounding you, it is time to learn how to transform this fight into a resounding victory. This struggle, although difficult, is a unique opportunity to show your strength, your faith, and your loyalty to Allah. The first key to triumph is sincere patience. It is not passive patience, but active endurance, an inner struggle where you refuse to give in, even when all seems lost. The Prophet taught us that patience is half of faith, and that whoever perseveres, Allah rewards him beyond his expectations. Then, complete trust in Allah is essential. When you put your destiny in His hands, you free your heart from stress and anxiety. Allah is the best of planners, and He prepares for you benefits that you cannot yet imagine. Regular prayer is a direct lifeline to Allah. It is in prayer that you reconnect with Him, that you ask for His help, that you open your heart to His light. Never underestimate the power of prayer.
It is the key that opens the doors to victory. Dhikr, or the remembrance of Allah, is another powerful weapon. Repeating the names of Allah, reciting His verses, meditating on His greatness, strengthens your spiritual connection and repels darkness. Also, do not neglect the importance of the pious community. Surround yourself with brothers and sisters in Islam who share your faith and values. Mutual support is a source of strength in times of trial. Finally, cultivate gratitude even in difficulty. Recognizing Allah's blessings, even the smallest ones, elevates your spirit and opens the way to more blessings. Remember that this war is not forever. Each trial is a stepping stone towards a higher station, a step closer to closeness to Allah. You are the chosen one, chosen for this sacred mission, and your victory is assured if you remain firm and sincere. Now that you know how to win this spiritual battle, prepare yourself to receive the blessings that await you at the end of this battle. Chosen of Allah, now that you understand the intensity of the spiritual warfare surrounding you, it is time to learn how to transform this fight into a resounding victory. This struggle, although difficult, is a unique opportunity to show your strength, your faith, and your loyalty to Allah. The first key to triumph is sincere patience. It is not passive patience, but active endurance, an inner struggle where you refuse to give in, even when all seems lost. The Prophet taught us that patience is half of faith, and whoever perseveres, Allah rewards him beyond his expectations. Then, complete trust in Allah is essential. When you put your destiny in His hands, you free your heart from stress and anxiety. Allah is the best of planners, and He has prepared for you blessings you cannot yet imagine. Regular prayer is a direct lifeline to Allah. It is in prayer that you reconnect with Him, that you ask for His help, that you open your heart to His light. Never underestimate the power of prayer. It is the key that opens the doors to victory. Dhikr, or the remembrance of Allah, is another powerful weapon. Repeating the names of Allah, reciting His verses, and meditating on His greatness strengthens your spiritual connection and repels darkness. Also, do not neglect the importance of the pious community. Surround yourself with brothers and sisters in Islam who share your faith and values. Mutual support is a source of strength in times of trial. Finally, cultivate gratitude even in difficulty. Recognizing Allah's blessings, even the smallest ones, elevates your spirit and opens the way to more blessings. Remember that this war is not eternal. Each trial is a stepping stone towards a higher station, a step closer to closeness to Allah. You are an elect, chosen for this sacred mission, and your victory is assured if you remain firm and sincere. Now that you know how to win this spiritual battle, prepare yourself to receive the blessings that await you at the end of this battle. Chosen of Allah, after having weathered the storm, the moment of your victory is approaching. Know that your patience, faith, and perseverance in this spiritual war have not gone unnoticed in the eyes of Allah. The Prophet said, "The servant does not cease to receive good as long as he does not despair." Your steadfastness in the face of trial is a source of hope and a living testimony that light always triumphs over darkness. Allah promises in the Qur'an, "And whoever strives in our cause, we will certainly guide him in our ways." Surah Al-Ankabut 29:69. Your struggle is therefore not in vain. It brings you closer every day to paradise, divine satisfaction, and inner peace. The spiritual warfare you have waged has prepared you to receive exceptional blessings. Doors will open, opportunities will manifest, and your light will shine upon you and those around you. You are now a living example of divine victory. Through your testimony, you inspire other elected officials to persevere, to not give in when faced with their own trials. Remember that this victory does not mean the end of challenges, but a transformation. You are entering a new season, stronger,
more aware, and closer to Allah. Continue to walk this path with humility, gratitude, and renewed faith. Always remember that you are an elect, chosen for a sacred mission, and that every step you take is guided by divine light. Your breakthrough is here, right in front of you. Allah calls you to move forward without fear, because your reward is great and eternal. May Allah bless you, protect you, and give you the strength to continue this noble fight until the final victory.